Hey guys, I'm doing a video review right now for Etherealle, mineral makeup company on Etsy.com. So first I'm going to get started. I'm going to talk about the samples that I got. I emailed her and I just told her that I was really interested in purchasing a bunch of samples and stuff from her. So I got these the other day and she sent me three samples of primer, and then a sample of her foundation in my skin tone, and then 4 samples of blushes, and then several mini samples of like eyeshadows and stuff, which was really awesome and cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. A couple of them I don't have right here with me. I have misplaced them, which is really sad. But especially because one of them was my favorite eyeshadow that I got. So I definitely have to find that. And I plan, first I'm going to start off with her stuff in general. I really, really like her stuff. Her products are really good. I actually wore them to work the first day I got them, and they lasted all day long, and they were fantastic. It was great. I loved it. They're not completely, they're not waterproof, but for a mineral makeup and for like a powder makeup, they last a pretty long time. I work at a fast food restaurant, so you sweat and things like that, and yeah, so they lasted a really long time. I was really, really glad. My makeup was all still there when I got home from work. It didn't last very well today. I went to a funeral today, so tear fest, and so that didn't last obviously very much. But so anyway, here we go. The first one I got was the Illuminating Finishing Veil in Sheer Light, and all of the veils that I got in Sheer Light. I used it actually more as just like a highlighter, because for the most part I don't use a lot of really shimmery stuff on my face, just because, like I've said, I like my face being very matte. I like to keep it that way, just because, or at least for the most part. Sometimes, like with my eyeshadow and stuff, I'll do something that's like shimmery or whatever, but otherwise I don't do a lot of sparkles and stuff like that. I think matte looks a lot better. It looks a lot more natural, and it's just clean and nice. But it did work. As far as what its job is, it worked really well. It did a great job. It doesn't give you complete coverage. If you really tried to, I'm sure you probably could build it up enough to, but I'm not really a big fan of wearing a whole lot of makeup anyway. It gives you just a really nice light coverage, kind of evens out your skin tone and stuff, so it was really, really awesome. Same for her other ones. The foundation was a little bit more... The foundation gave me a little more coverage than the primer / finishing veil did. So that also, if you're looking for a little more coverage, this will give you a lot more coverage. If you're really not, I don't normally wear foundation a lot, so that's neither here nor there for me. I'll probably get some actually, just because I did like it and it is a good foundation. So when I do want to wear foundation, I have it, but I don't wear it often. So this is actually probably going to last me a while. And even though these look like they're really small samples, they last. They seem to anyway. I've worn them a couple of days now, and there doesn't seem to be any significant difference in how much is in there. They're going to last a long time. So if you get samples from her, these little samples from her, you actually really... you get a lot for your money. You don't pay very much for them. So, like I said, I got 4 blushes. One of them is up in my purse right now. This blush is called Blossom. This one was not my most favorite, but it was one of my favorites. I actually only disliked one of them. The blush Sorbet. I got Sorbet. And I think it was just a little... It just didn't look really very good with my skin tone. That was just me, though. Maybe someone who was a little more, slightly more darker complected. Not like, it didn't look terrible. It also might have been I might have put a little too much on and all that stuff, so who knows. But just like with everything else, it was a really nice. This was actually one of my My most favorites. This is my favorite. This is my second favorite blush that I got. It's called Ballerina. There we go. It's called Ballerina, and it's a really sheer, peachy, pink kind of color. It just gives you a really nice sheer flush of pink, and it's really nice and pretty. And as soon as I find my other one, I'll show you guys my most favorite ever. And I'm so glad I have it now because I'll probably wear it all summer. It's going to look fantastic. I love it. It's absolutely perfect. It's called Sweet Ginger, and it gives you kind of a corally, peachy kind of. And it looks so pretty, and I love this stuff. This stuff is fantastic. And my most favorite primer slash foundation that I got was the mattifying mineral primer and the primer and finishing veil in sheer light. It's really awesome, and it does what it says. It keeps you matte all day. It's really fantastic. I love this stuff, and I am definitely getting at least those two or those three again. I also got 3 eyeshadow samples and then a little bitty mini sample of this blush called Free Spirit. And it's a really nice blush. It looks really good and it's really pretty. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the matte blushes, and this one isn't. So, but just like all her other stuff, it's really nice. It lasts a long time. It wears really well, and it's a nice, just fresh flush of color and a little bit of shimmer in there. It's really nice. It's like this really light kind of pink color with a little bit of like goldish shimmer to it. So it's really pretty. I also got 3 eyeshadows. I got Nero, which is just a matte black eyeshadow, which I am super happy with, and it works really well. All of the eyeshadows I got blended really super well. You could kind of blend them out and make them a little bit thinner if you didn't want such a distinct color. Or if you wanted, like how I did with this one, you could layer it a little bit and get it completely matte black, which was awesome. I also got a Sheila, which I saw it and it's a shimmer, and I wasn't really sure about it because I do have some browns, a couple of even shimmery browns. This one actually I like because the shimmer that's in it, unlike most browns where they have kind of like a goldish coppery kind of shimmer to them, this one actually has a cooler kind of color shimmer, almost like a silvery shimmer, but it's really, really light and you can barely tell it's there. And it looks really, really nice, and I really like it. And then my other one I have set somewhere, I also got Mink, which is a really nice matte kind of chocolatey brown color. So it was really nice, and I really liked it. So overall, I thought it was really awesome, and you guys should definitely buy from her. She's really cool and awesome, and she was super duper nice, and she sent me all this awesome stuff. So